Hey Lana, how are you?
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you so much. First of all, I would like to ask you about a sad reality that you talked about in your WWE Network special, because several stars of the WWE Women's Division have had to deal with hate messages and even stalkers both in social media and in real life. And you have been one of the personalities who, from the beginning, has tried to eradicate and raise awareness about cyberbullying. So, what can you tell us about these situations?
Gosh, there's so much to talk about the whole cyberbullying thing. I feel like I started to get really, really targeted, especially during the time with Bobby Lashley. And it was interesting because when it was happening, I was still, traveling the world and performing in front of the universe, and it was okay because I'm feeling the gratification of people booing me and being mad. And then when the pandemic started, the world situation, and the only interaction I have with human beings is social media, and all these hateful comments. It was just, the first week it's okay. I would have let the first month, and then my month 6, 7. It was just like, I'm such a people person. I love people. I love interacting with people. And then not being able to have that already was such a toll on me and my mental health. And then seeing all of this, I'm like, why do I even exist then? Like, if I'm so hated, and I get emotional talking about it. So cyberbullying it really affected my mental health a lot. And I was already really passionate about it to begin with before, like, that we need to stand up, we need to be nice, we need to be kind. We never know what people are going through. And then really, really experiencing that made me even more passionate about this, the subject, because, I'm not even a little kid. I can't even imagine what a 10-year-old or a 15-year-old, when you're going through like puberty and changes and trying to figure out life. And then all of a sudden you're getting all this hate from people. And it's just like, I have so much empathy and compassion for that. And I would really, really like for us all to be a little bit more kinder and nicer to each other, because words have so much power. And we can bring either life or death with our words. We can either lift people up or tear people down. And do we want to, before I encourage people watching this, that, like, if you want to say something mean on Twitter or Instagram or YouTube, and it could be like just venting about a television show, like, oh, I didn't like how that television show finished. Like, it still might really hurt someone. Because people do, actors and entertainers and athletes, they go out there and they put their all into something. And, sometimes we just need a little bit of encouragement not to give up. And sometimes that even might be not to give up on life. There's some people that don't even have enough strength to keep on going and living. And when they go and see all this negativity, like, that might be enough for them to take away their life. And I think at the end of the day, a lot of us don't want to do that. So let's really encourage each other to be kind to one another.
Thank you so much for your words, because they are so important, and hopefully people become aware of this problem. So now let's talk about Lana and Naomi, because you are the #1 contenders for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships, but Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez also earned a chance by winning the Dusty Rhodes Women's Tag Team Classic. So what are your plans right now with so many threats on the road?
Oh my gosh, it's terrifying, but it's also exhilarating, and I'm just like, I don't, like, all these women are like legitimately bigger than me, stronger than me, more skilled than me, and it's insane. And I know I'm going to go out into that ring and definitely get my ass whooped. Definitely get a little beating, a big beating. But I'm just gonna, you can injure me, you can mock me, but you're not going to stop me. And so I'm up for the challenges. I am. And I have to do a lot of mental preparation and physical preparation, but I'm going to keep on fighting, and I'm going to become champion, and it's going to be the ultimate underdog story. And I hope to encourage other people to chase your dreams, and that the sky's the limit.
Let's cross our fingers. So let's talk. Let's talk about Elimination Chamber. WWE usually has 2 Elimination Chamber matches in the pay-per-view, and since 2018, one of them was for the women's division. What do you think of the absence of a women's Elimination Chamber match next Sunday?
Well, it's not Sunday yet, so anything could happen, as we know in WWE. I mean, maybe it's going to be for the tag titles. We never know. That's the exciting thing about WWE is like they keep us always on our toes. We never know what's going to happen. And so, yeah, I really hope that something like that does happen. And, maybe we have an Elimination Chambers match for the titles. We have to stay ready. I'm preparing mentally. I'm preparing physically. Naomi and I are getting gear ready. Because we just never know, and I really hope the women are represented on the show and in Elimination Chambers. We continue to drive incredible digital views. I think the women are killing it, so I think that we should have a Elimination Chambers match.
I agree. Now, WWE WrestleMania 37 will take place on April 10 and 11 from the Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. What are you looking forward to in this year's edition, 6 years after your first appearance at WrestleMania? And of course, who would you like to face?
Oh my gosh. So I would love, a dream of mine is to hear my own music coming down the ramp and to have some amazingly sick entrance. And the crazy thing about before 6 years ago is that Rusev and I would think about our entrance and our WrestleMania all the time. We have such a vision. And I think that's the important part of having a vision and having goals, set dreams, have the audacity to dream big, because if you don't have big dreams, if you don't see it, then it's definitely not going to happen. You at least have to imagine something the incredible, imagine the unthinkable for it to happen. And so we were imagining these unthinkable things and they happened. And so I have really big dreams, and I'd rather shoot for the sky and land on a mountain, than not dream big. And so Nia and Shayna like to make fun of my dreams, and that's fine. Go ahead, make as much fun as you want, But when I become champion and I'm holding those titles at WrestleMania above their heads, I'm going to be laughing. I'm going to be the one that's having that last laugh. So that's what I would like to do. I would like to either go into WrestleMania being tag team champions and retain, or becoming tag team champions at WrestleMania.
That would be great. And now my last question, I always say that this is probably the hardest one. So what is your main goal this 2021 in WWE?
I want to become champion.
Wow.
That is my goal. I see it. I'm doing everything. Every single thing is working towards that. Every minute of every day is working to be the greatest competitor I can be, being the greatest WWE superstar I can be, being the greatest entertainer I can be, tell the greatest stories, and I'm just putting all in there. And by the end of this year, I'm going to become champion, and it's going to be one of the greatest stories of all time.
So thank you so much, Lana, for your time and for your kind words. Hope to see you soon.
Thank you. Hope to see you soon. I want to come to Spain so badly.